You're watching The Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
I mean, I'll be honest. Oh, we're live? What?
Hey everybody, it's me, Jena. That's Bean, and that's Alfie. Welcome in. No, I'm not bitter or anything. I know that this is coming out at some point or something, but I literally just got questioned about my birthday, and then I just realized I'm old, and I thought I would share that with you guys tonight. I am in my mid-30s. I will continue to be in my mid-30s. So yeah.
Forever.
So one of you guys just said you were about to turn 30. Feel the betrayal.
Sorry.
But no.
I mean, I'm 29 plus a couple. I'm just like, I'm Penny from Happy Endings. If no one's seen that show, it's great. But she's just constantly saying, "Oh, I'm 29, turning 29 this year."
I do feel like working, like being in like the nerd space, it is really hard to tell how old people are. Like until somebody hits like they're when you hit, I feel like I don't know, like 50s, you know, like you kind of like start being able to be like, okay, that person's not younger, but like, so you don't know. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I just can't tell how old people are around me, but
I know I can't anymore.
Well, I guess to put it in perspective, like being at the comic shop, you know, I'll talk to customers about stuff, and like on occasion, people will be like, "Someone as young as you should know about this," and it's like, well, for one, internet exists, so I can find out about whatever I want if I'm into it. But also a lot of the time, it's like, no, I did grow up with this, or like, you know, my parents did, or something. Like I'm close to someone that did, and they're like, but you're like, but what are you, like 22? Sure,
No.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I still sit here eating graham crackers, like the Teddy Grahams. Like,
I now really want Teddy Grahams, and I want circus animals, the crackers. How many snacks? Oh man, I grew up with zebra cakes. That was also a big thing.
zebra cakes are actually my favorite.
Zebra cakes.
One of my best birthdays was somebody made me, they called it a zebra poop cake, and it was it involved no baking. This was like roommates I had at the time. It involved no baking. They took Oreo ice cream, like the vanilla with like Oreos in it, so it's black and white, and they took a whole box of zebra cakes, and I believe they like scooped big like balls of the like Oreo ice cream and made like a bottom layer. I'm trying to remember if the ice cream was on the bottom or the zebra cakes were layered on top, but I think it was like a bunch of balls of ice cream, and then they just like made a pyramid of zebra cakes, and they were like, "It's your zebra poop cake."
Oh my god,
That's amazing.
That sounds awesome. Actually,
I feel like the only way to make that better would be to add some crunch on top, like maybe crumble up some like graham crackers.
Yeah.
Or some circus animals.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I say ground up circus animals, I'm definitely talking about the cookie, not actual circus animals.
Please, so we do not condone the eating of circus animals.
No.
Which I think circus animals aren't really a thing anymore.
Zoo animals, then?
We all watch
Well,
Tiger.
that's not a cookie. Or no, I guess they have zoo animal crackers, don't they?
I think so.
Buc-ees has a version of them called Beaver Buddies, and they are really good. They are in the children's section of Buc-ees snack, and I go there and I buy them, and they're so good.
Oh,
Okay.
Buc-ees is a land of its own.
Yeah.
I guess I'm showing how often I've been to a Buc-ees. I didn't realize that they had a children's section.
Yeah.
It's
a
not
whole
really-
aisle, depending on which one you go to.
Yeah.
I would only. I think the only one that I've ever really been to is the one between here and Irving, because we would always stop at it onto the right.
Oh,
the way
okay.
to Frightmare.
I was literally just there. So when you walk in, there's like these aisles on this side, and on the wall, there's all those snacks. Well, if you between the aisles and the wall, like there's this little half wall. That's where they are.
Okay.
It's on a half wall that's hidden behind the aisles. Because so every time I go to Buc-ees, I have to get two things. I have to get me one of their beef and bean burritos, which tastes like heaven. And then I have to get the garlic jerky, the Bohemian garlic jerky.
Oh, I'll have to try that. I always get the sausage on a stick on the tortilla.
Ooh, that's so good too. And their sandwiches. They just started putting out a chicken sandwich, a fried chicken sandwich. That is quite divine. Rude on how delicious they are. So rude. How dare they be that delicious? And then there's cinnamon rolls. Have you seen their cinnamon rolls?
No.
This big around.
Oh my god.
And they come out warm and gooey, and you're just like, oh, we lost Bean. Bean's gone. She's abandoned us. No.
It's too much.
Well, since Bean is gone, we'll talk about this real quick. Excuse us while we have technical difficulties. Alfie and I will actually be at. Wait, are we the frozen ones? Are we? There's no way. Oh, just Bean. Okay, good. While Bean is having technical difficulties.
Not good. I'm sorry, Bean.
We will discuss. So this weekend, for me and Alfie, is December. What is this weekend? 17th.
The 17th through the 18th.
We'll be at Terrorfest. This is the first ever Terrorfest held here in Conroe. We're super excited. Hopefully we really enjoy it, and hopefully we saw as in past tense, because it's been a few weeks since then. Now, I think. Anywho. Yes. So we will be at Terrorfest, and hopefully that will become a yearly thing for us. I'm hoping. I think that'll be good.
It will.
It will be. It will be amazing. We will get pictures with Eddie Munster. We will see Santa Claus. We will. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. What? Who else? Dio is Dio. No, one of the guys from Dio.
No, one of the people that was in. My brain.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Got it. Okay, so Richie Ramone is going to be there, the drummer of the Ramones. I freaking love the Ramones. David Elfson, which is the bassist and founder of Megadeth, and Vinny. Oh God, I always mess up his last name. I'm so sorry. Appice is the drummer from Black Sabbath, and Dio is going to be there. I'm so excited. And then the Butch Patrick from the Munsters is going to be there. He was Eddie Munster.
That's really
Peggy
cool.
Millie, who plays Doris in Stranger Things, is going to be there. Oliver Robbins, who played, I think he played the little brother in Poltergeist, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Robert Moose, who plays
Cult
Rufus.
classic actor. Rufus from House of Thousand Corpses. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Oh
Sorry.
my gosh. And then some of the artists who did some of the amazing album covers is also going to be there. It's super exciting. And then also there's going to be a movie filmed there. called Zombie Love Match. And yeah, so if you go there, then you're possibly going to be in the movie A Zombie Love Match. And I feel like me and Alfie will probably somehow, in some magic way, one or both of us may appear in this movie.
Well, I think that was something that came with one of the tickets, or it's something like that.
Yeah, it's you can either get a ticket for it or they just kind of like pick you out. Because there's another Terrorfest that I went to. It wasn't a Terrorfest, it was a horror con, where they did kind of something similar to that, but they ended up going around and just like filming most of the con anyways. Where you just had to act dead at a con, and it was so much fun. Mm-hmm. And you can actually see that in a book by, I think it's by Boom, where it's called Fanboys versus Zombies. It is actually set at a con. Mm-hmm. So the zombie outbreak happens in a con, and the artist actually took from pictures that happened around the con and drew them into the book Zombies versus Fanboys.
That sounds awesome.
Yes.
And also, if you just want to get stock footage of people being dead at a con, just go on the last day and film people. Yeah. The
just
last
walk
day
in,
when people are trying to get
hour,
they're getting their last autographs, picking up their last bit of stuff, and they're just like, I've been here. I've seen things.
Or anybody who's working the con.
Huh?
Or if you want to see the really, really dead people, come in during the last 2 hours of the last day of a con and just look at all the people that are working the booths.
Yeah, or if you ever go to Frightmare or any con that's like at a hotel or like on a base that has like hotels nearby.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if it's Friday to Sunday, they'll arrive Thursday.
Yeah.
And then they'll be doing something the entire time until the con is closed. And then it's like, oh no, I have to face real life again.
Yeah.
Oh no. Who am I?
Con depression.
Who am I? Where am I?
Oh no, I have to check my bank account at some point.
No, you don't. It doesn't.
The limit does not exist when it comes to con weekend.
This.
Did we lose Alfie this time? Oh, okay. There she is.
Okay.
Welcome back, Bean.
Hello.
We were just talking about con. I like Christmas cons. Like, there's just something about going to a con when you know you're supposed to be buying holiday gifts or you're supposed to be planning holiday trips and just being like, nah.
I'm going to treat myself.
I'd rather spend all my money here. I guess I'm getting holiday gifts at this con.
Have either one of you been to Dickens on the Strand?
No. Sounds fun though.
Is that in Galveston?
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been there unless describe it. I might have been.
It's like Charles Dickens. Like there's a lot of people that will dress in period clothing and they'll go around and they Dickens on the Strand. I think there's like caroling or
they do.
What happens? I've heard about it. I was just wondering if either one of you had gone because I've never gone either.
I think okay.
I definitely have not. I want to now though.
Let me tell you my experience and the reason that I know about it. So a few years back, my nephew was born in Galveston the same week that this was happening. Like I wasn't there, but I like saw it. Like I drove past it. You know what I mean? So it's literally a few streets in like Old Town Galveston, like all the old homes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's people dressed in period dress and they do carol. There is caroling. And there's also like street food and street vendors. Like it feels almost like an outdoor con, but like everybody, and I mean everybody was in period pieces. And everybody looked happy, and that really threw me off. Because when you think of stories by Charles Dickens, they don't seem very happy.
Oh, that's true, but they're not living in that story. Yeah. They're just wearing the clothes.
That's true.
That'd be fun to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd be down. It's just for some reason something always comes up where it's like, oh, I don't feel like going to Galveston.
It's Galveston. The water's so dirty.
Well, it's not. It's well. I definitely wouldn't be going on the beach during December.
But still, that water is in the air. It smells.
You could say that about all of Houston, then. That water comes in. Just comes in.
Now, I will say, guys, I do actually like Galveston. I know it sounds like I don't. It's just me and Galveston have a love-hate relationship at this point in our lives. Yeah. That is the best way to put it.
The only two places that I every time I go to Galveston, which has been a very long time, that I definitely go to, is this place called The Spot.
Mm-hmm.
And they have pretty good food. And then, man, it's it might just be called The Witchery, but they have like really nice candles and they smell really nice. They have one that's called Witch's Brew, and it smells so good. And it burns so evenly. Like, it doesn't just have a crater in the center of the candle. It just burns evenly. It's like, yes.
Okay, that's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and they sell like a bunch of other, I guess, for lack of a better term, like witchy type stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Galveston. Every time I go there, something bad always happens.
Well, counter it with someone who goes there that like every time they go there, something good happens.
I haven't
be a neutral
found anybody.
Huh?
I haven't found anybody. Everybody I know, every time they go to Galveston, something terrible happens. Like, I remember the very first time I ever went to Galveston was, good God, it was the early 2000s, and a surprise hurricane hit.
Yeah, that'll happen.
It was a hurricane that was supposed to hit Florida and then go up, but instead it turned and hit within a day in Galveston.
Well, unfortunately, that's just a risky take.
And then the next time I went, I don't remember what happened, but it started sleeting or hailing, even though it was like 90 outside. Just chunks of hail was coming down. I mean, chunks the size of my bloody head were coming down and destroyed my motorcycle.
You know, usually I would be the one that's like, no, you should try again. Positivity. Those are natural disasters. Maybe you shouldn't go to Galveston.
Well, me and Galveston have a love-hate relationship. I love going and spending time there, but what I hate is the natural disasters that keep trying to take me out. And what do we say to death? Not today.
Maybe later.
Maybe later, but not today. I'm not dying in Galveston. Super haunted, bloody well graves that are above ground in the middle of the city next door to a Denny's.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it floods, and that's why they're not underground.
Yeah, but why is it in the middle of the city?
It's a small city. And also the Denny's came after.
Why did they? Okay, I think it's actually a Waffle House. Whatever.
Back in the day, back in the olden times, you know what would go great here? A Denny's.
I think it was actually a Waffle House. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. Waffle House.
Okay, well then back in olden times, Waffle House definitely existed. But anyway, going away from Galveston.
Did they go to the Waffle House in their Charles Dickens outfits?
Yes,
I would do that by the graveyard.
Oh my goodness.
Anytime I used to do SEA events and we would dress up and everything, after an event we would go, oh man, I'm dating myself. We would go to the Pizza Hut that had the buffet.
Yeah.
And we were all garbed out, so. Bean, actually, I think I heard about this after we had talked about it on last week's show. So you had mentioned Oppenheimer, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you see the whole thing where Nolan created a nuclear explosion without CGI.
Yeah, I
what?
saw that immediately after I talked about it and was just like, I wish he hadn't. Why?
He created an actual nuclear explosion?
We have footage of them. Like, why would you need to make a giant explosion? It wasn't a
Because-
nuclear one, but it was like he made a giant explosion.
Here's the thing, though. It's Nolan.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
oh, well, we need to, I really need this 18-wheeler flipped. Let's just flip it. Just flip it.
Better go for realistic, eh?
I can get behind like that. Like, I don't know. I haven't looked into it because I saw the headlines and it just made me be like, really? And then just,
I mean, that's totally fair. I guess I also haven't super looked into it. I just thought it was interesting that he did that or even attempted it. I don't know how good it looks. I mean, and arguably him creating an explosion, it could be on a significantly smaller scale, but the cameras are just up close.
hopefully.
I would assume so. I don't think he actually nuked someplace.
Who are
No.
we talking about?
What was
Who did
that?
this?
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah,
For the movie.
I felt like he would actually nuke somewhere. Like a tiny nuke village.
Well, as long as he's not like nuking people. Here's the thing. I do appreciate his love of realism because I do feel CGI is overused. However, yeah. I guess we draw that line at nukes.
yes, we do.
Like I said, my argument kind of for it is like, this is a real thing that happened that like there is footage of. You can't really compare it to flipping a semi-truck for Batman because Batman and the Joker did that and they're fictional, so that never happened. But like this is like a real thing that I don't know. Like I feel like you could have done a CGI for it.
I totally see what you're saying. I was just the only reason I was comparing the two is because he's like, oh well, no, I'm going to actually do the thing. I want it to look real because it is. Granted, with it, depending on what he did for this explosion, is depending on whether or not it was remotely okay.
Yeah.
Which I assume, and this is a big assumption, that there were safety precautions and like he got the go ahead. It wasn't just like, hey guys, I need you to go take this nuke over there. Thanks.
I don't know. That sounds like something he'd be like, hey, go nuke that. They'd be like, okie dokie.
Okay.
And I do also understand like using actual footage of what happened or anything like that. I totally understand that, and I can totally see why he wouldn't, but I can see both sides. I don't know. I guess I'm just being neutral.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, I was trying to look it up so it's not just like.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I will say though, I think maybe part of the reason, which also I'm speculating, but maybe part of the reason why he didn't want to use CGI is because I think it's going to be an IMAX. Like he's definitely doing it at IMAX, and that's you will be able to see every little imperfection.
That's true. Yeah, I can't find anything exactly on like how they made it.
And he did.
He just did it. They're like, he did it. And that is the thing that happened. The articles are about. Yeah, he didn't say how he did it. So it's still not like he hasn't talked about it publicly. But obviously, I mean, nobody was like, dang, Christopher Nolan blew up my house. So I guess
I don't know. I feel like he's the type of like big name studio name type where they would be like non-disclosure agreements before we do this. Let's go. Here's some money. Here's some paperwork. All right, let's blow it up.
I mean, I guess it really depends because I mean, there was also that not the same, but as far as like things being ruined for practicality, when Mad Max Fury Road was filmed, people were very upset that they destroyed that desert.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, stuff like that has happened. So I think if it actually dealt with any land, like actual land that was protected or people cared about or people lived on it, anything like that, it'd be like, you can't do that here. You need to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. You would have thought that that's like, it wouldn't have come out like him in an interview. It would have come out like, locals mad, Christopher Nolan exploded everything. So maybe he went to like one of, because there's places made for explosions. So maybe he went to one of those. And
maybe he talked to the Mythbusters and was like, "Hey, where did you guys do your explosion?
Yeah,
I need to be there."
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking of all the episodes where they go to like the desert. They're like in a quarry and they like blow shit up. So yeah, they have those places.
Leave nature alone.
Well, no, those places were
He's mad at us enough.
Those places were already exploded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But still, let's leave nature alone. She's very mad at us already.
I would say that the desert is mad at nature.
That's right. This is a PG-13 show.
oh, this is true. Yeah, I'll get bleeped. It's okay. It'll be funnier that way. Everybody knows what I meant, you know.
I think that's going to be our first bleep ever.
It probably shouldn't be. I've worn on here before.
Like,
well, we can start. I mean,
we can ramp it up for. This is it's not. Oh, Shanice was the first ever bleep, so this was Bean's first bleep. How is it I haven't had a bleep moment? Me.
I've still got time. We've still got time in this episode.
Well, you know what, guys? I think we're actually going into this is our second year doing this. We
Not
premiered.
mine.
Not.
It is.
What?
Yeah, we started. I think it was it last November or December that we started this?
So it'd be 1 year.
Yeah, it's been a year. So I guess we can call this our season 2.
Oh,
I made it a whole season without getting bleeped. How?
I almost did. I didn't know that was a competition, but
I made
lost.
it one just now.
Oh man. Okay, well, we got to take a second to like go contemplate that we've been doing this for. I've got to take a second to contemplate that I've been doing for a year. So we will be right back. Bye.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
All right. Welcome back, guys. We are laughing because I said to try and hype myself up to bring us back from commercial. I said, I didn't say the full thing, but I meant Thundercats. Oh! But I just did the whole part. And
She just went, ooh! That's all she did. We were just like, cool, we're not crazy.
It's just like a thing I do to like hype myself up.
No,
And sometimes I also will sometimes And like it's all internal. Sometimes it is external when I'm just in my house alone. I'll be like, for the power of Grayskull. You know.
That's much better than what I do.
It's not to hype myself up, but sometimes if I'm just doing something and it just doesn't go right, it's like a little thing. I'll just be like, and I try so hard in this institution. Yeah, so.
That's much better than what I do. And you can ask Alfie because she's on the other live shows that I do for the experience and the other shows. I will stand up and start jumping around and just like boxing, like I'm about to start fighting something. I'll just like jump around. And then there's other moments where I just sit down and I'm like, it's a thing now. We're starting this thing, Jennifer. Now stand up and start the damn thing. And it's like, all right, Jennifer. Like I just like, let's do this.
I think by the time I get in there, you look at me and you're just like, yep. Yeah, okay. And then I sit down and I set up all my stuff and the show starts.
So, but you've seen me every once in a while. I just start jumping around, or I'm like, ah!
I've definitely seen you scream out in anguish. But to pump yourself up, you know.
And then for cons, I give myself a pep talk. I just sit in my car. And I go, okay, Jennifer, look at me. There's going to be a lot of people. Go. That's it.
That's a short pep talk. I was waiting for the bullet points.
No, that was it. That's the whole pep talk.
I can't even give myself a pep talk. I just have to be like, all right, Alfie.
That's my kind of pep talk. Because if I give myself bullet points, I'll be like,
too much time to think.
If I talk anymore, I'm going to talk myself out of it. Like, I know you're going in there. There's a bunch of people, Jennifer, but you know what you could have been doing? You could have been at home in your bed with your puppy.
I give myself like a long pep talk. Like I feel like in my mind, but I'm also like an extremely anxious person and like a chronic overthinker. So I'm going to be having thoughts no matter what. So I might as well make them like a bullet point list. I'm like if I was psyching myself up to like go in like a con or something, I would be like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of people. You're not gonna get murdered. No one's gonna stab you. You're gonna have fun. There's gonna be moments of overwhelm, but
right.
You're gonna go find the people that you know. You're gonna get to see cool things. It's gonna be great. In worst case scenario, you can cry in the bathroom. It's fine, and then just go back and rejoin. Like it's okay.
Yeah, I'm extremely like anxious and anxiety ridden as well. But for some reason, the cons, it's just like once I get there and I get into the mood, it's like, these are my people. Okay, I think I can handle it. Worst comes to worst, someone will be mean to me. Whatever. There are 10 other people that are nice to me. It's fine.
I think I have a different type of anxiety for big cons and stuff. So I am an extremely extroverted person. So these last couple of years of COVID have been a little hard on me. I do like my at-home times, but if I do not have that social gathering, I get very anxious to the point of I've been forgotten because I'm hated. So it's like it's a reverse for me. So I'm like I'm super like these last 3 years have been really, really hard for me because like I'm really anxious of the point like I'm not around people because they hate me.
No.
Like so I'm super glad to be going back to cons. I know you guys don't hate me. I know that.
We're here now.
I know. But like yeah.
This has just become like intrusive thoughts corner.
Yes, it has. So I think that's why my pep talks are so much different. So I'm super glad cons and gatherings are getting better because we are all getting better.
Yeah, literally the first week of lockdown, I was still going to work. And I said to one of my coworkers at the time, yeah, the way I've dealt with my anxiety is like for years and years and years, I made myself go out. Like I had to go out. Like, and I just constantly did that. And I kind of did like exposure therapy on myself. But I've been working on it for like 10 years. At the beginning of the pandemic, I had been working on my anxiety. I had started when I was really young and was just like, I'm not gonna let this like rule my life. I'd spent like 10 years of like, I can go out, I can do things. I still get anxious. But like I had like all this like exposure built up. And the first week of the pandemic, I was like, I turned to a coworker and was like, yeah, if this lasts more than a couple of weeks, man, I am screwed. Like, I am going to be in such a bad state because it's going to wipe the slate on all this work I've done since I was really young. And then it lasted for 2 years.
It's still going in some places.
And it's still like, oh man, and I can't be the only person that just like had, because then it just gave an external validating reason to never leave my house. Like there's this huge, terrifying actual thing out there. Like
the Great Panini.
Oh,
Bean, I'm right there with you. I definitely didn't have as many years built up to working on you know, getting over the anxiety and like being like, oh no, I will go out there. But I had been working on it. Like, you know, I was going to concerts with my dude, like when he would go and he's like, hey, do you want to go? It's like, yeah, I'll go. At least most of the time. Good chunk of the time. And, you know, I was hanging out. I was going out. I was doing things like a normal human would. And then the end times. And then it's like, oh no. And at first I was like, oh, I'll be fine. I like being alone. Oh no. I'm this alone.
Oh.
Oh no. This is bad. Oh no. Outside is scary again. Oh no. Oh. And now it's still trying to build back up to like the convention is going to be the first time that I've been probably around that big of a group of people. Oh well, no. Wait. I did go to the wrestling thing, but I was blinded by wrestling, so that's fine. Yeah. But you know,
wrestling. So yeah, it's been as a person who before the pandemic, every weekend I was either at a biker rally or I was at a convention or I was at some sort of gathering of, and then the Great Panini happened. And I didn't leave my house for like a month. And when I did, it was to go work in a warehouse by myself because that's what we were doing at the store when everything first shut down. We were shut down for like a month and we only allowed 1 to 2 people in the store at a time so that we wouldn't have cross, you know, whatever. There'd be one person in the warehouse, one person in the store. So yeah. And what's funny about the whole thing, everything shut down less than a month after my wedding. So Jay and I didn't even get a honeymoon. Yeah.
You guys will get it.
Oh God, your wedding was then, wasn't it?
Yeah. January 2020 was my wedding. January 25th of 2020 was my wedding.
For some reason, I just think that that's a completely different year because the rest of that year was just an entirely different beast. So
but what's funny is, so Alfie was the photographer at my wedding, and hi,
and, great. You did a great job.
She did.
Thank you.
Amazing job.
I moved to Houston in January of 2020. Wow. That was my big move. I was really excited.
I'm sorry.
I had a really fun month and then everything shut down. Yeah. So that's a little bit of the reason why people are like, oh yeah, you know, this thing, you know, you're like, you know, oh, but no, I was in my house most of the time I've lived here. So yeah, no. Like I don't know where anything is.
Our producer here is saying, I think I'm the only one who enjoyed it. What, the wedding or the panini?
I think he meant the end times.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because he is one of those people that he is such an introvert that, and then he didn't get to stay home.
Mhm.
So he was working retail. Well, not retail. I'm sorry. He worked at a grocery store.
Mhm.
So he still had to go in. And there was actually a while where they had curfew and he was working overnight.
Mhm.
And they just got used to seeing his car because once or twice a cop car would follow him
Mhm.
to see what he was doing. And they would see him go to work and go home. And that was actually kind of worrying as well because he would text me when he'd get to work. He'd be like, hey, yeah, cop followed me all the way to work. And I'm like, well, you're an essential. So that was fun. I have learned throughout this how to be a little more okay with, I guess, being less extroverted. But it's still hard.
But
That's
that's
glad for all of these moments.
it's been crazy. But like that's the past. I really want to know Jenna's things that you're looking forward. Because me and Alfie talked about last time. I want to know what you're looking forward to in 2023. Movies, comics. We got to look forward.
Yes.
It's stressing me out thinking about what happened.
Oh my gosh, yes. So this year looks like it's going to be a big year, and I am actually really excited. So I don't know if you guys have kept up with the Zenescope universe going on lately. They've been doing a lot of one-shots and quarterlies and stuff like that, and it seems like they're setting up for another really big event, which they only do every 5 or 6 years, right? So it's been a while since we've had a big event from Zenescope, right? So I think this is just my prediction from what I'm seeing in the comics. Another really big crossover event is happening where they're just going to have all the universes crossover. And I've been reading and I've been picking up on the little cookie crumbles because that's what they did the first time around. They had a huge all of the universes crossover event. You had to go back and reread the first like 50 issues. And you notice there's little bitty tiny crumbs of suggestions. But then the big crossover happened, and you're just like, ah! So they're doing it again. There's little crumbs everywhere, and I'm like, something's being built up. Or at least that's just my like. That's what I'm hoping for. And then cons are ramping up full time again, so I'm super excited. The store. So we're actually planning to go to monthly cons. Hopefully, and then me spearheading that, so you'll get to see me if you come to any of the cons that are local to Houston that we'll be a part of. So definitely check out for that. Also, did you guys? Oh, so I don't know. I think I asked you too, but anybody out there in the audience, did you get to see the new Spider-Man trailer? Oh, it looks so good. They're continuing the art style of the first Spider-Verse movie, and they've added like hundreds of new Spider-Men to this one. And yes. Somebody's already done a play-by-play steal of like all of them. And there's so many. I'm so excited because there's one or two Spider-Man characters from other Spider-Man universes that are going to show up in this one. It makes me so excited. Spider-Man 2099 looks like he's going to be like a big part of this one. And I'm so excited because I love Spider-Man 2099. Oh gosh, that'd be so good.
I feel like for months, like when Miss Jen was doing the live shows mainly, every time Spider-Man 29 would come up, she was like, "This is one that you shouldn't sleep on.
Yes,
something's happening." So maybe that's what she was hinting at.
Probably, because he does look like he's going to be a like main character in this movie. So at least in the trailer. And then also the new oh my god, I just blanked out what movie it was, but they showed Adam Warlock in it. I'm really excited to see where that's going because they set him up to be showing up in the MCU in, oh God, was it the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie or the first one? I can't remember now.
I think it was the second one.
The one with the gold people. Was it the second one? But it was an end credit scene that teased Adam Warlock, right? And the second and shows up in the third. Yes. So like I'm so excited to see, like, we're actually going to see him do things. Like the character is a fun character to read. So getting to see him like do things in the MCU, I hope they do him right. Also, since for anybody who hasn't seen it, this is a quick spoiler for Guardians of the Galaxy, the Christmas special that was on Disney Plus. So we got to learn that Mantis is Star-Lord's half sister, and I want to see how that's going to play out in the MCU. Like, are they going to address that again? Is that going to be brought up again at all? Are the things that happen in that short going to happen at all? And Kevin Bacon, let's see if he shows up in the universe again as well, because I see it seems like a running joke, and Kevin Bacon playing himself was great. So I want to see if that's going to happen again. They're building up an entire new DCEU from the ground up, and so that's going to have to be something that I'm going to have to wait and see about. So yeah, it's exciting.
There's going to be a lot.
Oh, and I plan on finishing 2 cosplays this year. So the plan is I'm finally going to finish my Biker Harley Quinn cosplay. And hopefully, I haven't decided if I'm going to do older or younger. Maybe you guys can help me. Gertrude from I Hate Fairyland. So, yeah. I got a lot. I think I can do it.
I feel like especially because the comic came out with her older, like that would be a cool thing. You know, like that's like
boots,
pink
jean shorts, spiky knee pads. Maybe. We'll see. What do you think, Alfie?
Unfortunately, I haven't read too much of I Hate Fairyland. I bought it. I have it. I will read it at some point, eventually, one day, in the near future. Well, I imagine that since the new one just came out, I don't think that I don't think that there's a whole lot of cosplays that exist of it currently.
Yeah.
As opposed to previously.
I don't think there was a whole lot previously either.
Oh, well then, follow your heart.
I want to do them both, but I don't think I have the time to do both.
You just pick one and then plan to do I guess that helps. Like, just pick whichever one. Yeah. And then just know that you'll do the other one later on down the line, you know?
You could pick the one that you're like most looking forward to doing and then build the other one off of that.
Yeah.
Or use pieces.
I need to find, and maybe you guys can help me, for Gertrude, she has this huge lion's mane of green curls. And I'm not sure, like, if I got the wig, I would have to get extensions, or would I just I don't know. It's a lot of curls on that head. A lot.
If I see a person with a lot of green hair, I will take their hair. I will take them. I will go to jail, but you will have their hair.
Oh my God, that's great.
I'm hiding my hair right now. I can't really tell on screen, but my hair is green.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think it was green the last time I saw you in person.
No. And right now you can only see my roots. So I don't have green hair. None of it's green. I look too weird so that's coming back. Oh yeah, there's the green, yeah.
It's too dark green. I need a lighter green. Like this kind of green. Right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Even the hair dye that I have wouldn't dye that bright.
It's gotta be like if you go look at it, I need green. Well, anyways, guys, since I did miss pick of the week last week, I'm super sorry. I did really enjoy the book that Bean had told us about. Black Hammer Secret Origins, right?
Yes.
I really like that book. I'm pretty sure you guys went over what I thought about it. But it is my turn to pick of the week. And now that Alfie has said something, I don't know if I should change my pick.
What?
Oh.
What'd I say?
You hadn't read I Hate Fairyland?
Huh?
That you hadn't read I Hate Fairyland.
Oh. Well, yeah, but I can read that anytime. I own it.
All right, and for that, pick of the week. It's my pick this week. And I actually picked this really cool comic from Red 5 Studio. So this is a local comic book company. It's actually based here in Houston by the head guy's name is Josh Starnes, and you guys can find him on any social media. He's really cool. He comes into the store all the time. You can find him at any local conventions as well. So Red 5, really cool. Look at that. Haha. So this is Afterburn. Ta-da! It's this one trade. It says volume 1, but I've read it all. Like it feels like this is it. I really like it. So let me read you the. Is it called synopsis?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Thank you. All right. Trade paperback theater. Ta-da. All right. When the Earth is hit by a massive solar flare, Europe, Africa, and Asia are destroyed. All living things are either burned by the flare or mutated by radiation. But amongst the death and destruction, some treasures have survived. And as they say, amid chaos, there's profit. That's where Lake and his treasure hunters come in. Venturing into the burn zone, they retrieve prizes for the highest bidders in the West. Along the way, they must face rival raiders, mutant scavengers, and other dangers if they are to make their payday. But when they take a new job in China, they get more than they bargained for. Ta-da! Mutated shark.
Everything's good. Everything's better with a mutated shark.
Yeah. I just like.
I mean, the sheer wingspan.
I'm excited to read it. It's just like sometimes with books like this, I'm like, why are we still in capitalism when half the earth has been burned off?
I mean, that's a fair point.
Oh my gosh. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. So this is actually part of the first issue. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you
Whoa.
see? Hold on. I got a way to make this work better.
Yeah.
There we go.
Make big. Oh, that looks really good. Who's this by?
So this is by. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me fix. So this is by one of the ones that's on the inside. Hold, please. Do. Here we go. So it says the creator is Scott Chitwood and Paul E&S, so Ends, I think. Cover art by Matt Bush. Pencils by Wayne Nicholas. Inks by Nick Schley. Schley. Colors are by Andrew Delhouse and Mark Hampson. Letters by Troy Petery. Actually, I'm just going to show you guys that. So, because I have a feeling I said most of those names wrong. Ta-da!
Nice. I just like the art. I feel like I've read something with at least that art.
The art does look familiar.
It looks really familiar. Yeah, like we might have to like look up when we're
First
reading
page.
League. That's crazy. I was confused why the sun was on the front and a shark was on the back. I'm like, what's
Shark
happening?
They were in cahoots. They planned this out.
The sharks flew out of the sun at the earth.
Yeah.
Space sharks.
Some shark.
Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah.
I'm excited to read it. So what's really fun about Red 5? So Red 5 earlier this year, we're finally big enough to be ordered through Diamond, but Diamond is kind of, I wouldn't say letting them go, but at this point they're not getting enough orders to do it through Diamond. So they are venturing into Kickstarter later this year. So definitely check out for new titles and stuff from Red 5 and from Josh and from all of his amazing team, which are the most humble and grateful creators in the industry. Like, just the whole group is like, you want to read my book? Thank you so much. Oh my God, guys. Like, it's just, it's beautiful. Like, every time they come in, because they come into the store quite often to do signings and stuff like that, or they like to like come check out new books with us. And like, we love talking to them. They love coming to the store and hanging out with us.
They came out with a book. There's like still one of the ones that like blew me away the most. But it's also like one of my favorite art styles combined with one of my favorite genres, which is like giant like kaiju monster. And super detailed like line art. It was called Mega. From when I left Space Cadets, they didn't have any copies because I had sold them all to people. Anyone who remotely had any interest in like anything monster related, I was like, no, take this comic though. Because the art was absolutely beautiful. Like, it was just like one of the most beautiful comics I've ever seen. For sure. It's awesome. Like, if you and I do you have the trade of that? I know that I have like the first,
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's me.
I do. Yeah. I might declare that my pick of the week here soon, so we can all read Mega and all be amazed by the beautiful artwork. Like,
So guys, please, this is a small indie company called Red 5. I think they're actually called Red 5 Comics. Yes.
I had to look them up.
Go to your LCS, ask them, do you have any Red 5? Can I order Red 5?
Yeah.
Get it!
I don't know. I think that you can buy them on the website. I'm looking at it now because I had to pull up because I was trying to remember the name of Mega.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm excited for you guys to read it. I think you're going to love it as much as I do.
I'm certain that we will. I mean, it's sharks and suns and world ending type stuff. Capitalism, love it. My favorite thing.
Oh.
And I guess on that note, we have been Space Cadets. I've been Alfie. One of these ways has been Jena. And that's been Bean. I'll eventually figure out the pointing. No, I won't. I will not. And
I'll tell you my secret.
And I'm so sorry, but on that note, we've been Space Cadets, and I don't know where to point.
Bye.